So let's be real for a second. Clients know when they're being handled versus when they're being cared for. So I want to share with you how to become the best at onboarding so that your clients can get engaged fast. It's crazy to me to think how so many entrepreneurs work so hard to get clients, and then very few entrepreneurs actually take care of their clients. And how crazy is that? Then they end up leaving or they end up not having a great experience. And so it's not just about process, it's about the relationship. And so we got to make sure that clients feel cared for. And there's a book called The Membership Economy. And what it says is that clients make the decision on whether they like working with you within the first 7 days. Now, the person who wrote this book was an employee at Netflix, and she was mainly referring to apps like Hulu, Netflix, Amazon Prime. Anytime you download an app on your phone, you usually judge the experience of that app within the first 7 days. But I think in service-based businesses, it's about 30 days. Clients are asking themselves, did I choose right? Did I make the wrong choice? Is this service worth it? And that is really the decision. That's the place where they're making the decision, is in the onboarding process. And so what I want to do is share with you what I've been able to do with our clients in onboarding that has got us reviews with some of our clients saying, this is the best onboarding experience that I've ever had. And I want to be able to share with you some of the things that we're doing so that maybe you could find some of the areas that you can enhance your onboarding experience so your clients can win. Okay, so the first thing is when clients come in, it's important to have a what happens next roadmap right away. So it's important that every client has clear beginnings, right? Because they're coming in and they're excited, but they need to know where you're actually at. So one of the things I like to do in my process is I like to share, here's where we are now, and this is exactly what we're here to do over the next 30 days. And so they're clear on exactly where we are and where I'm taking them. And some of the apps that I like to use to help them with this is I like to help them with apps like Process Street. Process Street is a great checklist tool that allows my clients to see like step by step exactly what is expected of them in the next 30 days. And then there's resources attached to each one of those steps. And that's where I typically will use Notion as our Bible to our business so that they can reference Process Street and Notion as a way to get the next step in their process so that they're clear on exactly what needs to happen. So the next step is I want to make sure that they can get an immediate win within 24 to 72 hours of onboarding. And this is where I see a lot of people make a mistake, because sometimes you can give your clients too big of a task and it feels overwhelming when they really just need clarity. So how do we do this? The way that we do this in our business is I like to give them immediate wins. So I give them, because I help businesses scale to 7 figures, in my onboarding process, if I were to give them an assignment to build a business model to 7 figures, that would be way overwhelming, right? So what we do instead is just their first assignment is we want to be able to review their offer and give them ways to enhance the value so that they can boost pricing and get an immediate win so that they can have confidence knowing that the enhancement we made in their offer is equal to the price that we're charging. And so now if we can boost their price 30 or 50%, it now gives them confidence to get to their financial goals faster. I have a client who's in life coaching, and one of the onboarding assignments is that every time they pass by a mirror in their house, their only goal is to speak life into themselves. And so what that does with their clients is they also have to record as they do it. So when they post that recording into the group with all the other clients, it builds the confidence and the habit of every time they pass by a mirror in their house, they have to speak life into themselves. So what this does is it gets the client an immediate win because they begin to shift identity within 24 to 72 hours of joining his life coaching program versus trying to give them the entire transformation at once. If he were to do that, that would completely overwhelm the client, right? So it's important to think, even though you're leading them to a bigger goal, what is that immediate win? So we want to assign that in the first week of onboarding so that they can get some confidence, because they need to have the belief, I can do this. What's next? And so in onboarding, it's also important to articulate, this is what we do, is we share, hey, this is the win we want to go for this week, but this is where we want to be at the end of 30 days, and this is my goal for you long term. And so I'm in the business of keeping my clients for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, because I want to lead them for a long time because it's about retention, right? We want to be able to help bring transformation and not just give them information. Because if you're getting or churning through clients quickly, you're unemployed after every client. So we want to make sure that we're keeping clients onboarded. In order to do that, I'd like to cast vision and say, hey, this is where we're going, even though this is your immediate win and action item next, so that they can have a win now, but have vision for later. So it's important to start out by giving them a roadmap of what's next. Second is we want to be able to give them a win within 24 to 72 hours. And third is we want to be able to go over the order of support. So what is the order of support? Well, a lot of times, many of your clients just think that they can message you every time they have a problem. You're the root answer to all of their solutions. You're also the root answer to all of their problems. So what that means is that we need to give them an order of support before they can get to you so that they can utilize the resources that you've provided them. And so the way that we do this in our business is we provide something we call the order of support. So for example, if they have a question, the first thing that they do is drop it in the Telegram group. And what I like to do is transfer trust that those answers are going to be looked over and responded to timely and accurately so that they can have trust in that support process. Because a lot of times, as an entrepreneur, you're focused on client results and hoping that the results create trust. But it's actually the trust that creates the results. Have you ever got results from someone, you still didn't trust them, right? So we got to make sure that the trust is there, that creates the results. So as you communicate that support, even though it's something as simple as dropping a question in Telegram, I'm letting my clients know we respond timely, we respond accurately, and even if somebody else in our community responds to that question, we look at the answer they provided, and if it's insufficient, we will go in and make it complete so that you can have confidence knowing that every single question is answered with accuracy and with care. So that's step one. The second thing we do with our clients is we let them know, hey, we have calls throughout the week. We want you to be able to get on a call and we'll be able to answer your questions on that call during the office hours. And we have a saying in our community, it's never okay to not know your next 3 moves. Because I'm helping businesses scale, they need to have acceleration. How do they have acceleration without clarity? They need next 3 moves. So we say on this call, you can get assigned your next 3 moves and ask any questions that you have on the spot. That's your second step. Third step, we tell them, okay, if your question is still not answered, now you can voice message for support, okay, via our Telegram channel. So now they could get some one-on-one attention through voice if they're still stuck. And then if they're still stuck after that, then we get on a code red, which is where they're stuck. We need to jump on one-on-one. Boom, we're able to get on a Zoom call one-on-one to help them get unstuck in whatever they're dealing with. So now we've given them a clear order of support so that they're able to utilize the resources within the community and not skip steps to go straight to talking to somebody when we've already created the support channels to support them, okay? So that's the next step, is giving your clients the clear order of support. Now, the next thing is we want to be able to give them clarity on roles, you versus them. And so how do we do this? Well, one of the things I like to do is I like to assign them a clear action item and I like to say, hey, this is going to be your outcomes from this week to this week. And in onboarding, we're just going from week to week. And our onboarding experience is 30 days. So we meet with them for 3 weeks over 30 days. So we go, hey, this is your role. This is our role. Okay. This is what we want you to accomplish. This is what we're going to do, so that they have clarity and that creates confidence. So when you're thinking about what next steps are for them, what's your role? What's our role? Now, before I go any further, I want to just take a quick moment and share something we're doing. If you're watching our channel, I want to say thank you. We're doing some 7-figure blueprints for free right now. And the way that it works is in the description, I'll put a link there and you can go in, put in some information about your business. And then our team are going to choose applications that we get in and create an entire presentation on how to get your business to 7 figures. And we don't charge you for it at all. And there's no expectations. So if you want to be able to do that, you can go find that link in the bio and you'll get to see what's your role, and then we'll get to see what's our role. Okay, so moving on to step 5, what they need is psychological safety. It's very hard for clients to progress when they don't feel safe working with you. So what we want to be able to do is we want to be able to set the culture and say, hey, this is what we stand for. This is who we are. This is a non-judgmental environment. If you need support, we're here for you. We want to be able to help answer your questions so that they feel cared for the entire time. Nothing is worse when a client doesn't feel cared for, taken care of, and then they end up getting stuck in a program that doesn't even feel safe to them. It's like, how do they feel confident in moving forward? So we do that by letting people know our values. Hey, our number one value is love above all things. Second, we value emotional intelligence. We want to leave our egos at the door. We're coming together, putting our pride down, stepping in to serve you and serve each other. So, and then we value IQ, problem solving. We want to be the best at solving problems. And so the only way to do that is to ask questions and to be genuine and honest about your struggles and your wins. We don't want to just hear about your wins. We want to hear about what's allowing you to, where you're getting stuck so that we can help you navigate that. So creating a transparent environment, transferring trust, transferring safety, so that your clients can feel confident in moving forward in the steps with you. So in review, first thing is we want to be able to have a what's next roadmap so that they're clear on where they're at, where they're going. Second, we want to be able to get them an immediate win within 24 to 72 hours. So make sure to assign them action steps that can get them some immediate wins so they can start to build confidence and believe I can do this. At the same time, share the vision of where you're taking them. Third, we want to give them clear order of support. What are going to be the next steps that they can take if they have questions, and how do they have, and give them the confidence to take those steps and know and transfer the confidence that they'll be taken care of. Give them role clarity. What's their next role? What's your role in the process? And number 5, psychological safety. We've got to create an emotionally safe environment because it's not about results that creates trust. It's the trust that creates results. So I hope you found this training valuable so that you can become the best at onboarding and be able to engage your clients fast and keep them long term so that they stay. So if you like this, I want to be able to invite you to submit your blueprint so that we could put a game plan for your business. How cool would that be to get a whole presentation on taking your business to 7 figures, right? And it's free, right? So I would love to gift you that for watching this. I know right now my channel doesn't have thousands of subscribers. I have, YouTube is something that I'm currently growing right now. So while we have a smaller audience, we can do things like this. As we get bigger, we're not going to be able to do 7-figure blueprints for thousands of people. We can't do that. But because our audience is smaller right now, we get to do something cool like that for you. So if you want to take advantage of that, you can go to the description and do that, and I'd be happy to support you in that. And we can't do every application, but we do look at those and we do select some. So I just want to be clear on that. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you become amazing at onboarding. If you have any questions, drop them in the chat. Any comments that you have from today, drop them in the chat. Thank you guys so much, and I hope to see you in the next video.